What's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to Pretty Girl Love Trap content. This is my recap slash review for Snowfall, Season 5, Episode 10, Fault Lines. Y'all, I'm ready for Season 6 already. I hope we don't have to wait too long for this next season, y'all. But let's get into it, okay? So this episode begins with Franklin and V, they're, doing the do and whatnot. And V's talking about this unicorn sex. And I'm like, oh, girl, please. But they discuss how, she was having a dream about all this, gangster ish was over. And Franklin, he quit last episode. So he was like, it's not a dream, boo boo. I'm out the game. I'm like, how much minutes till we figure out he really not out the game, okay? So we see Ruben over there. He's meeting with his superior and he's updating on, what happened with the whole Ivy situation. He was like, yeah, your boy Ivy was up in there. It was 3 in the morning. I didn't think nobody was going to be there, but yeah, oops, we were surprised. So he opens the trunk of his car. We see the dead Russian and we see Ivy there duct taped up. I'm like, oh, my Ivy, how disrespectful you guys are, okay? Mm-mm-mm. So we see also his little stepkids, they being bad as I don't know what, running around the house. She ain't got no control. This girl ain't got no control over these kids, okay? No wonder she was upset that he was about to die and leave her alone with them kids. Like, ooh, child, you did a good deed because they are bad, okay? But they end up knocking down a lamp and she finds a bug, y'all. Who do y'all think bugged your boy? Okay, was it the DEA, KGB, Teddy? Which one of the alphabets do y'all think was behind that? Okay, so Jerome and Louis, they out there sweet still, and why haven't we seen their house yet? Like, I guess the writers didn't think it was important, but I'm nosy. I want to see how y'all came up. We see Franklin's spot. Like, I wants to know. Okay, but they're just still basking in their, newlywed. I think I just made that word up, but it is okay, all right. And so, Louis gets a page, and your boy, Jerome, he's like, don't answer that. I'm like, y'all are, kingpins at this point. Y'all need to answer every call, okay, boo boo. But she gets a, page from Teddy, and Teddy lets her know, like, hey, Franklin quit. Can I rely on you, to take over? And she was like, oh, really? And I'm like, you surprised? You surprised, girl, out of all you've been doing, but okay, Louis. So she lets, Jerome know, and Jerome, he was like, oh, Franklin's out, huh? And you could see like the look on Jerome's face. It was low-key jealousy, I feel. Like he wanna be out the game. He was like, dang, in his head, like, I wish you could be me. I wanna be out too. I wanna be out and legit. But after a few seconds of, Louis looking all sad and whatnot, he was like, you know what, F it. Let's go ahead. Let's do this. I'm like, oh Lord, Jerome. How y'all want to start a marriage on two different accords? You over here trying to be legal and have Jam Jerome's and whatever you trying to do with Death Row Records, whatever you want to start. And Louis gonna be over here selling the drugs. Like, make it make sense, but that's y'all marriage, okay? So we at the office, and Wanda, she's requesting a little leave of absence, okay, because she wants to run off in the sunset with Leon, and I love it, child. What so bad? But in the midst of her request, we see Franklin on the phone in his office going buck wild, screaming on the phone. So Wanda was like, okay, I hope everything okay, but I'll see you later. Avia goes over there and check on her baby daddy. And yeah, he was on the phone with the bank and they told him all of the money is gone. Okay. So he pissed. He said, hey, I'm gonna give y'all 30 minutes and I'm gonna call y'all back and I better have some answers. Okay. So holla at your boy, cause child. Oh, gee. Just the thought of the money's child. But Leon, he tells his crew like, "Oh, if Franklin out, I've been trying to get out since last year, like for real, for real." And so of course Dion, he was like, "Oh, so I'm in charge now." And so Leon was like, "Instead of y'all wanting to get out the game, y'all want to go ahead and just keep selling the drugs, okay?" And so I'm like, Leon, you got to give them time to grow. And their path is not your path. You have to really understand that. I get it, you're trying to save your people, but some people are just meant to be idiots, okay? And so, Leon was schooling him. All of them, his whole crew was like, "Hey, there's a new bill that's going to be passing. I believe it's a crime bill, and it's pretty much going to give you a lot of time. So I believe it was like 1 gram of crack is going to give you the same amount of time as 100 grams of coke. So it's all the racism and whatnot helping that law. But hey, we're not gonna go too deep. But and keep in mind, in Franklin's office, the calendars on the wall and on the desk is September 1986. So these laws, I believe, was supposed to pass. It's supposed to pass in that November. So Leon, you getting out of the game just the nick of time, bruh. How you playing that? He really didn't, but God was on his side, okay? So Franklin tells CCMV about the money. Y'all, he gives the amount. 73 milli was in that bank or those banks. I'm like, bruh, you had 73 million in the bank. You have 5 million in the stash house that Peaches so-called stole, but my heart just won't allow me to believe Peaches is behind that. Call me naive, I don't care. I think he had a 6 million down payment on the building. And plus he has all this real estate and everything, the plane. Your boy was definitely the $100 million man at this point, okay? Like, but I don't know. I would have had some more like stash spots. Like, I don't know, a milli here, a milli under the mattress, a milli in Sissy's account. I don't know. I just would have been more strategic, bruh. Like, come on, make it make sense. But hey, he thought he was safe up in these streets, okay? But he was like, I'm gonna call Teddy and make it up, make it up with him. Like, cause if I, get back on the job, he'll, return my money. I'm like, fool, do you not know this man you've been working with for the past few years? I guess not. So, um, he really has a plan to call him, apologize, and kidnap him and threaten him. And I'm like, okay, nah, bruh. And V, she was like, that can put all of us in danger. Okay, that is not a smart move. And so he was like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go on there to Avi and see what he knows because he knew about these accounts. So he may be the one that snitched or what have you. So we see old trifling Teddy. He at his little spot and he tells his CIA contact, I have 73 of the millions of dollars, okay? And I am handing it over to you guys, okay? We're gonna, dibble and dabble, and the war's about to be over. Like these funds could be of use, and yeah, the owner of it cannot retrieve it. I'm like, oh, woo, child. 73 million. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, y'all. I should have brought my asthma pump, y'all. So we see Sissy over there. She's trying to reach Ruben. Of course, he busy trying to figure out the situation with Ivy. And so, we see him getting pressure by his superior. His people pretty much told him, hey, this Ivy situation, that need to be dead by the end of the business day. Okay. Well, maybe not. Well, it could be business day because, they're on a different type of business. So that could be midnight, not like, regular bank 5 o'clock. But yeah, he is feeling the pressure. And Ivy's like, yo, I'll help you. I'll help you, give you the information you need. Just guarantee my livelihood. So he's like, okay, I promise you, I'm gonna keep you alive. And I'm like, Ruben, you better not be lying, bro. This time I'm telling him you better not be lying. And so not Louis, Avi, he said, I learned a long time ago not to put the launch codes where the keys are. I was like, ooh, I like that line, Avi. So Franklin, he goes over to Avi's spot and it's a fire. So Ruben burnt the building down, y'all. Hide all the evidence. I was like, dang, I didn't think you was gonna do that. That's kind of extreme, but I guess he didn't want no traces of the bloods and whatnot up in there, okay? So Franklin pretty much, calls Teddy and gets ahead of him, a hold of him because Teddy has been ignoring him at this point. And he pretty much grovels. He was like, I'm sorry, man. I had time to think. Please, baby, please take me back. I need my extra money, okay? Oh, Lord, see, frankly, you should have been that confident in that little bar, okay? Well, not the bar, but the little diner. He was doing too much, bruh. So he was like, please just return my money, okay? And he was like, Louis, you think she's the woman for the job? Like, she ain't ready. She ain't ready, boo-boo. And so, Teddy, he playing dumb the whole time, but Franklin just running down everything that's going on. So when he got to Avi, Teddy was like, his tone changed, like, what happened to Avi? Because that's the one thing he did not do. So of course, your boy Teddy still acting dumb. And Franklin, low key, he was like, look here, cracker. Franklin was mad, mad. He was threatening your boy. And Teddy was like, oh, you think you lost something now? Just wait and see. I was like, ooh, Franklin, you may need to be quiet now. Like, bruh, you don't know what this man is capable of, okay? We ain't got time for that, all right? And so we see also he arrives home and his boo tells him about the bug. And he was like, let's run away. Let's run away. We got to go. And she was like, this is the CIA. They going to find us. He was like, I got 13 million of the dollars, boo. We are running away. She's like, ooh, I know you had that much. She heard them figures before. You could tell. So Franklin and V discussed the finances because he assigned her the task of figuring out, the assets, liabilities, all that accounting and whatnot. And she pretty much told him, bruh, it's looking real bad out here in them streets, okay? And he was like, oh, I'm not broke. I'm in debt. I'm like, hey, Franklin, you doing bad out here, okay? Even with the, buildings he owned, like in the hood, and I felt that it was kind of poetic because she mentioned that, the buildings that he does own in the hood, um, they are not really appraising in value because of the increased violence. And of course, we know the increased violence is most likely due to the crack cocaine that he has been selling to the community. Yeah, that was kind of poetic, y'all. Full circle. Whew, child. And so also calls Franklin because Franklin been paging everybody, y'all. And so, he was like, please help me, please. And also was like, I'm sorry, Mijo. I can't do it, okay? I have my own family to protect, okay? You're not gonna win against the government, okay? And I'm like, oh, so I was so disappointed also because I thought he was going to help your boy out. Because Frank was like, yeah, I saved your life. And also was like, I saved your life too. But I'm like, what have you done for him lately? Okay, that was years ago. Oh, so we appreciated that. But we need something more recent, bro. Like, come on, I saved your life. You saved my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Save my life again so I can save your life again. Like, this is how it works. We save lives multiple times up in here, okay? It's not no one and done. Like, oh, so I was so disappointed. At that point, I was like, yeah, you can die. I have no more loyalty to you at this point. And so Franklin, he calls Louis. And he was like, hey, you the only one that can help me, okay? Because she in the bed sleep. I'm like, see, this is one of the reasons why I feel like Louis ain't up for the job because she always trying to chill. And I'm like, girl, this ain't the job for you to be chill, okay? We ain't never seen Franklin chill like that. I'm just saying. And she just got hired. I mean, I know you knew he went, but Jerome wasn't nowhere around your way, sexing and whatnot. Girl. Anywho, so Franklin, finally, gets his wish. He says, okay. But we see Dion, okay? He in the projects being a hot ass mess, okay? He has the music all loud. They playing cards or dominoes, whatever, on the table. He, they all out there smoking weed. He firing gunshots out in the air. And Leon just looking like, this new management is a hot ass mess, okay? But we see your girl Wanda. She comes up to him and say, Lee, I got my passport. Here it is. I'm ready to go. Boo boo. And he was like, okay, let's pack your things so we can go. I'm like, Leon, you better not be second thinking your decision because you need to just go and let whatever happens happens, okay? And maybe you come back with some knowledge and some resources to help people in the future. But you and Wanda need to go, okay? Because my heart would not be able to take y'all dying over this project, okay? And so we see Operation Invade Ivy's house, okay? This was like my favorite scene. The cinematography is awesome, okay? So we see your boy Ruben, he out there in Ivy's safe getting the paperwork because Ivy told him, nah, you ain't gonna find everything you need in the warehouse, like the rest of his, important paperwork to put the pieces of the puzzle together is at his house. So we see Ruben over there. He reading the paperwork in the house, which was done. Like, you can read that later. But we also see Carissa and Teddy pull up, and they're tag teaming because I believe Teddy was trying to get Oso to help him, but Oso was kind of pushing Teddy off, okay? Because we got the bugs in the house and whatnot, and I ain't talking about the roaches and the rats and stuff. No, the bugs, okay? So Ruben over there upstairs looking at the paperwork in the safe. And so he hears somebody, come in the house. And of course, it's Teddy. And so Ruben, clumsy behind, drops a flashlight. So of course it puts Teddy alert. So Teddy is telling Carissa somebody is in the house, okay? So they're both, trying to, sneak in and go through the house and, be undetected or what have you. Ruben, he gets a clean getaway, but he hears, on the street, a little radio go off, and Carissa didn't have time to shut it off. So he looks back and try to see where that noise was, okay? So meanwhile, Teddy is in the house, and he was like, Carissa, Carissa, paging, Carissa. He don't hear nothing, okay? So he goes outside, and she is not in the car. So your boy Ruben took Carissa, and I wasn't even mad, child. Take her and put her in the mental facility, okay? And so also he goes to his storage facility, okay? And we see crates and crates of money in there, y'all. Now I'm like, also, is all 13 of the million of your dollars up in this storage facility? Like that, if that's so, that's pretty risky, bro. Like, I would have had a little bit in the house, I would have had a little bit in the bank, a little bit in a couple different spots, cash. Like, also, so he over there looking at his uniform and everything, and he put everything in the trunk, try to pull out, surrounded. And the very person that greets him is the DEA agent. I can't remember his name, but also killed his partner a couple seasons ago, y'all. So he was like, I'm not letting that go. Boo boo. Lock him up, throw it away the key, all right? So, but I don't know. Do y'all think Oso's gonna snitch? I don't know. Let me know. So Louis and Franklin, they meet up, okay, in this little parking garage situation, okay. And Louis, she looking real good, okay. She got the new hair hooded, she got the little fur, she got the jewelry. Like, I'm really feeling Louis' come up, okay. So Franklin was like, okay, I need your help. So whenever you and Teddy meet next, I need you to give me the info. She was like, I can't do that. He was like, what you mean you can't do it? She's like, it's my turn now, bruh. My turn now. And mind you, Franklin, of course, Sissy told Louis and Jerome about Franklin's money, and Louis was like, "Okay, I'm sorry to happen to you. I froze our accounts." He was like, "Okay, I'm happy for y'all." But she didn't even offer to give your boy like a little loan, a little floater money. I'm like, dang, Louis like that. And so she pretty much tells him like he can't mess her, chance up with Teddy. He was like, you don't think Teddy's not going to do the same thing to you? And she was like, well, I'm just going to take my chances. I'm like, Louis, I've been rocking with Louis for so long and so hard, y'all. And it hurts me to really feel like I can't rock with her no more. I feel so hurt. So frankly, he's like, you know what, you don't push me, because he gave her too many warnings. And he put the blicky out on her. She was like, oh, you gonna shoot me? He's like, I'm gonna shoot you 10 times over to get what I want. I was like, oh, that's the Franklin I like. Yes, boo boo. Until we see old Buckley trifling behind. He pulls the pistol out behind Franklin's head, y'all. And I'm like, this old crackhead, he wanna work when he wanna work and get shit right. When he wanna get ish right. You could have got Kane right. But he ain't gonna last too long. Buckley is a ticking time bomb, okay? And so, we see the little tears coming out of Franklin's eyes, yo. And he goes off in his merry little way. But Louis said, if I see you again, I'm gonna kill you. I said, oh, really now? It's like that? Is that deep? But she said, she pretty much let him live out of respect for Jerome. I was like, wow, Louis, this is what we come to. I just miss our little, we were just getting high. I mean, on mistake, at the wedding, but it was all good just a week ago, y'all. So we see Franklin and V, and he pretty much told her, I understand if you want to move out again, okay? Because I promised you a certain life. And I'm gonna make sure that happens. So it's gonna get real thug life up in here, okay? And so I get it if you want to distance yourself, okay? And she, was just like, okay, so she ends up calling someone. I think it's her mom, but she pretty much asks this person like, "Hey, I need your help. I'm in LA and come through for a sister." So I'm like, "Ooh, are we gonna see her mama next season?" Ooh, I wonder who can play her mama, y'all. Who can play her? Let me know. So we see Franklin. He over there getting tooled up. He getting prepped. And we see Black Diamond and Dallas in the car with him. He was like, "Do anybody got any reservations up in here before we move forward?" And they was like, "Nah, let's go." I was like, "All right, what we about to do, Franklin? What we about to do? Let me get my keys. What we about to do, bruh?" I'm excited. Lord. Mm-mm-mm. So we see Ruben. He brings back the files to Avi. And, that's all he needed pretty much. And Avi was like, "Well, Teddy is no longer with the CIA. So, yeah, it's going to be an issue, piecing everything together. But I can help you." Avi is trying to pretty much beg this man, "Keep me alive because I am necessary, okay?" And your boy Ruben, you know what he did? He shot Avi. He shot Avi. And his reasoning, he couldn't trust Avi. We can't trust nobody, okay? Are you killing everybody? So let me just eulogize Avi Drexler. Avi was a good man. He was a wise man. He schooled Franklin and Leon numerous times. He educated them. He provided much counsel to these black youth from the ghetto, okay? Avi was a snazzy dresser. Pizzazz out the woo-ha. Swag on 1,000. I have my little silk and my little gold hair just to, pay my respects. Because only the finest of the fabrics touched this man's skin, okay? He was a gangster. He was legendary. He is part of American history. Avi was thoughtful. He went out with a bang and a song. And that lovely hymn he graced us with was so beautiful. And he thought to do so during his ultimate demise, his untimely demise. So, Avi, I say to you, you are loved, you are missed. See you at the crossroads. I mean, I think we're going to two different places. But, Avi, we love you. You gave us great entertainment over the years. All right, y'all. Woo! I'm ready for some repast food, some mac and cheese and some collard greens and whatnot. Okay, some yams. All right, make myself hungry. So we see Franklin, Black Diamond Dallas. They proceed to rob Louis' club and the warehouse, and then they go to the hospital and tell Kane Louis was behind his hit. Ooh, I love every millisecond of that montage. Okay. And so Teddy, he meets up with the CIA contact. He tells him it might be a problem, okay, because he knows somebody is effing with Ivy and they got Parissa. Are you gonna save your boo? Is she worth saving? I don't think so, but are you gonna try to save her? Lord, don't save her. She don't want to be saved, okay? The Reverend Project Pat told us that, okay? So Sissy, she visits your boy Franklin at his penthouse, and I love Black Diamond in Dallas. They was like, "Franklin, you want us to frisk her?" He was like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh yeah." And Sissy was looking like, "Oh, excuse me, young lady." I'm like, "No, Sissy, you are not exempt. Boo, boo, bye." So she was like, "Yeah, Jerome told me they got robbed. Are you behind it?" And so, he kind of low key signaled, but not really signaled that he did it. He didn't deny it. And of course, she knows her son. And so she was like, "How you gonna fix it?" He was like, "Fix it. I tried. I tried. I quit. I bowed down gracefully. I gave them grace. And they still was unappreciative. So you know what, mama? If you want to be along for this journey that I'm about to be on, I get it. But just know, mama, Nothing you did was wrong. You did the best you can. The man that I am now has nothing to do with you. And I love he gave her that closure because something happened to Franklin. She would know. She would know that he knows that she was not at fault. Okay. She was a strong black woman. Strong with a K. All right. And so she was like, you still want to kill Teddy? Because I made some friends, okay, in Cuba that are very important. KGB. Is that the right alphabet, y'all? Excuse me, is late. So Franklin, of course, is surprised. But his last words, he said, we're gonna have to burn this MF to the ground, mama. And she was like, let's go. I was like, let's go. I can't wait till next week for the next episode. Oh, it ain't gonna be no more episodes. We gotta wait a whole nother year or so, y'all. I hope they better be filming now because I ain't got time. Okay, I need closure. We don't know, still don't know what happened to Alton, where he at, where Peach is at, what's gonna happen. I feel like they all gonna get hemmed up. I hope Leon and Wanda make it off to the sunset. I still feel like Louis or Jerome is gonna die. I really feel like it's gonna be Jerome, but who knows? Who's gonna be snitching? Who's gonna be locked up? Who's gonna survive this cluster? You know what? But yeah, the episode ends off with NWA straight out of Compton. And that was like movie-ish, y'all. Like the score, this episode was movie level. This episode was really, really, really good. The more that I think about it, I'll probably give it an A minus. I was thinking more so a B. I'll probably give the season a B based on the previous episodes. So I mean the previous seasons. But other than that, Snowfall, you did another awesome job. I appreciate you guys for the wonderful entertainment and the content. And yeah, I am looking forward to what's going on in the future. Okay, so thank you guys for rocking with me. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be reviewing a lot of other shows and having a lot more content. So please subscribe to your girl. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, I will be seeing you guys shortly. Toodles.